Hello everyone. So as we are discussing 2024-25 question paper, so today we are going to start with section B. We are already done with section A. So section B, question number 22. What does the return statement do in the function? Explain with the help of an example. So what does the return statement do in the function? So we know very well return statement is actually going to return the compiler to the same position, right? It will be moved back to the same position. So if you have to write this in a form of a statement, so here we can write this is answer 22. Return statement is used to return the compiler to the place from where function is being called. Okay. So it will take you back to the calling part. Like suppose I'll take one example, def, and here we are finding the addition of two number 1 and number 2. Okay, so here it is sum is equal to n1 plus n2, and we are returning a statement. We are returning the value of sum. Okay, so first the values for n1 and n2 is required. Suppose in the main I have taken n1 is 10, n2 is 20, and then we are calling this function add n1 comma n2. So here the return statement will return. Okay, so if it is returning means you can write this one, you can store the value into a variable and then you can print the value of this variable. So this is the invoking statement, and here the return statement will return the outcome of this function add. Okay, so if you want then you can add this example also. So that is the proper explanation. Next is write one example of each of the following in Python. Syntax error is all about the syntax or the grammar of the code. I mean, whatever the grammar of the code is there, if you are not following that grammar properly, it is going to raise one error called syntax error. Okay, so like if you are taking this example only, so def add a comma b, so the syntax says you have to add it with colon and this is missing. So this is which error? Syntax error. Okay, this is under the grammar of the code, syntax error. Now the second part is implicit type conversion. So two types of conversions are there. If I'll go for type conversion, so two types of conversions are there, implicit and explicit. Okay, so implicit type conversion is done by the compiler internally. Okay, internally with respect to the result, and explicit is explicitly, like suppose you are writing str and here it is 10, so we are converting this 10 to string type, so this will become like this, and internally it will be by its own. Externally you have to provide the data type in which you want to return the result. Okay, now this is 23. Now we are moving to 24. Consider the following dictionaries D and D1. This is a key and value, key value, key value. So 3 key value pairs are given for D and 3 are given for D1. Answer using the built-in functions. So predefined functions are called built-in functions. So we have to give the answer with respect to the predefined function. So we have here write a statement to display and return the value corresponding to the key Raj in the dictionary. Corresponding to the key Raj in the dictionary, value we have to take. So what you will do, we have dictionary is D and the key you will write it in brackets, so it will fetch the value on this position. Okay, so this is the answer. Next is write a statement to display the length of the dictionary D1. That is len function only, right? Len and the name of the dictionary, so it is D1. So len of D1 is the correct answer for B part of 24. Now second part A, write a statement to append all the key value pairs of the dictionary D to the dictionary D1. Append means to add at the end of this one. So we can use, update statement. Dictionary D to the dictionary D1. Can use of dictionary D to the value at the end of D1. So what you will write? You will write D1 dot update and then D in bracket. Okay. Because they are saying you read the language properly, write a statement to append all the key value pairs of the dictionary D to the dictionary D1. So we have to append it D into the D1. So D1 will come first. Okay. Next is write a statement to delete the item from the given key. Amit from the dictionary. So you have to delete the item means value from key Amit. So del key is there, right? Del. Dictionary name is D1. And then you will give the key. Key is Amit. This will remove it. Even you can use the pop function also. But this is completely fine because we are following the same pattern. Now what possible outcomes from the given options is expected to be displayed when the following code is executed. So for this, let me just arrange the space properly because I need some more space for this. Okay. Okay, that's the question. So now you check import random cards, heart, spade, club and diamond. So here it is written you have for I in range and the range is 2 only. So if the single parameter is given, that means single parameter is working as the AND value, right? So it's working as a AND value. So AND value, right? So you have now I value is going to work for loop I is going to work for 0 and 1, right? So first value of I is 0. For 0 you have to go for this one. So we have cards here, cards, and random.randint. Randint function will include the last value also. Okay, so I value is 0. So the start value is, if you will go for this values, so here randint will take 1 comma 0 plus 2 is 2. So actually the values are possible for this is cards 1 and cards 2. Okay, and it will end with hash. So card 1 is, this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 1 and 2 anything is possible. I mean spade hash and club hash, anything is fine. But there is no possibility for what? Heart and diamond is not possible. So the at first place heart and diamond is not possible. So we can just ignore this one, heart and diamond. Then we'll go for the second value of I. So I will become 1. So when I is 1, at that time this cards is what? Card is starting again from 1 and this will be I, you put 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So now the values for this is possible. The cards 1, cards 2, okay, and cards 3. So 1, 2, 3 anything is possible, but it's still hard, so we can't consider. Normally it won't come. So what we can expect? Spade, club or diamond. So now you check. Heart we are not considering. So option A is looking like more appropriate. But as you know, in case of these random question, more outcomes are possible. But in case if you are finding some other outcome, so they will consider multiple answer also, because last time also they did the same. They considered all the answers. Okay, so one of the expected outcome, expected, exact answer is not there. So one of the expected outcome for this 25 question is option A. Even I gave you the explanation also. Now moving to the next one, we have 26 question. The code given below accept n as an integer argument and returns the sum of all integers from 1 to n. Sum of all the integers from 1 to n. Observe the following code carefully and rewrite it after removing all the syntax and logical errors. Underline all the corrections made. So this was not there in the paper, so this is one error. Sum def sum n, but if you are taking n means n won't be included, it will work for 0 to n minus 1 only, which is wrong, okay, because they are saying you to include n as well. So this should be n plus 1, right? The correct one is n plus 1. So one error, two error. Now for I in this one, right? Wait a minute. Yeah, this is correct only. N value is correct, but I was talking about the range function. So it should be n plus 1, right? So this one, s is equal to s plus I. S is the sum. So value you need to initialize. Sum is equal to 0. Return s you can write without bracket also, no problem. And then print sum. And we are printing with respect to sum value is 10. Okay, that's correct only. Now, so these are the errors. First one is this one, 1, 2, okay, and here it should be n plus 1, and here one more bracket is missing. So these are the 4 errors. Normally they used to give 4 errors only for 2-mark question, okay. Next is 27. Nisha is assigned the task of maintaining the staff data of an organization. She has to store the details of the staff in the SQL table named employees with attribute as employee number, name, department, basic cell to store the employee's identification number, name, department and basic salary respectively. There can be 2 or more employees with the same name in the organization. Help Nisha to identify the 2 or more employee name, could be same. So help Nisha to identify the attribute which should be designed as the primary key. Justify your answer. So first you should justify, primary key, which key you will keep. Obviously employee number, employee ID, all these student ID, these are the primary key. And justify your answer. So for justification of your answer, what can be written? You can write, so primary key is what? Primary key is something which won't, that is unique. First thing is unique. Redundancy is not possible. Redundancy is not possible, right? And the second one is null is also not possible. That is not null. Okay, so employee ID definitely if employer working in an organization, so employee ID must be there, okay. So employee number is the correct one. Help Nisha to identify the constraint which should be applied to the attribute name such that the employee's names cannot be left empty or null, which while entering the record but can have the duplicate values could be there, but you can't leave it null. So that is not null constraint. So both are quite easy, not null constraint, okay. Write the SQL command to change the size of the attribute. You have to make the changes in the structure of the table. So structure means that is the alter command, okay. So what we have to allow the maximum values of this to be stored in it. So alter table name is employees. Modify, here you can write modify. So what you have to modify? You have to modify basic salary. Okay, and that value should be number 1, 2, 3, 8, comma, decimal places are 2, semicolon. Okay, so this is the correct one. Now I wrote it here only, so I have to remove it. Now we have write the SQL command to delete the table. Write the SQL command to delete the table employee. So you need to delete the table employee only. So if you want to delete the table, see 2 commands are there. If you want to delete the table, we have drop command. So drop table and table name. So which table they are saying? Table name is employee. Okay, and if they are asking you to remove the data from it, so you have the delete command, okay. Structure would be there. Next is expand and explain the term URL. URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, and it is a unique ID given to the website. It is a unique ID given to website, okay. Now we have the last question of this 28B part, expand the term PPP. So I think you all know what is that. It is point-to-point protocol. Point-to-point protocol, what is the use of PPP? It is the point-to-point protocol, means the computers are directly connected to each other. Okay, two of the computers are directly connected to each other without any server definition. So they both are directly connected. Okay, so that is P2P protocol. So here we finished our section B. I hope you are clear with this, but still you have any doubt, you are most welcome to share your doubts in the chat. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.